Welcome back. We are at least going to get to a game five. I have to say, I didn't really give Florida much of a chance going into the overtime. I really thought, they've tried, they've fought as hard as they can in this one, but Vegas is probably going to beat them. So we're going to go through this, and then I do want to talk about the power plays and all that and get into that. So it's Hill versus Bobrovsky. The Panthers going with 12 forwards, 6 defensemen. So Delpy was back in the lineup. Fitzgerald, I should say, was not. So 2011 was the last time that a team came back from 2-0 down and won the Stanley Cup. But technically doesn't count since it was against the Canucks. So at any rate, that's out there. And I have to say, before the game, BX and Luongo had an exchange that was just perfect, where Luongo said, "Hey, do you remember us, rehearsing carrying the Stanley Cup around?" And of course, the answer to that is no, because it never happened. So, hey, it might be 12 years later, but I appreciated the joke. So there's an early chance by Carrier that goes wide. The fans call when the referee doesn't. Don't worry, fans. The refs are going to call plenty tonight. Forsling fires one wide on a rush. There was a press by Vegas. They're kept to the outside. There was a really big save by Bobrovsky. The puck goes the other way. There's a little press, and it's in the net. Montour scores for Florida at 4:08 from Tkachuk and Eric Staal. So it's one of those rarities in this series where Florida has a lead. And it's important, of course, that they get leads and keep them. They're at home. They've got to use their home ice advantage. So that was just the second shot on net for Florida. There was just the one for Vegas. Both teams shot blocking really well in that first period. Vegas looks to answer. Duclair's then denied from the slot. Forsling has a shot that's blocked. We get a power play for the Panthers. They cycle. Montour fires one wide. More cycling going on. Reinhardt has a chance that's blocked. Vegas clears. Tkachuk exited. He took a clean, hard hit earlier from Kolasar, and so he exited the game briefly. He would come back. So the power play's killed off without any shots actually hitting the net. White then has a net drive. That's picked off. Montour fires one high from in close. Panthers press at 9 minutes. We get a near miss for Lundell from the slot, I should say. The shots are 4-1 in favor of Florida, with 8.5 minutes left, and they're up 1-0. So they're doing everything they can. They're just not getting enough shots on net, and they're not getting that second goal, right? Power play then for Vegas. Marchessault has a shot that's blocked. Reinhardt clears. Repeated clears by the Panthers. Carlson has a shot that deflects out. That power play's killed off, just the one shot on net. We then get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 not long after that, and then it becomes a minute and 37 seconds of 4-on-3. And it was a trip by Duclair. It's one of those penalties they're going to call, but it happens, and then Vegas scores. So 4-on-3 power play goal. It's Stone. He deflects one. It's a screenshot as well. Theodore and Marchessault with the assist at 16:03, and it's pretty early in the power play too. So it goes right back to being 4-on-4. Barkov to Reinhardt then gets picked off. The "ref, you suck" chant gets really loud at this point in the game. But as far as I was concerned, it was the penalty kill. So this is something that's been a problem for Florida. And in these finals, it's been more of a problem because they're getting more power plays against. So more power plays against, it feels like, than they had against Carolina, definitely against Toronto. And so that is what's hurting them. They're not able to kill those penalties. So Eric Staal has a net feed that's blocked. Delpy has a shot that's held. The Panthers press. They're kept to the outside. Montour has a net feed that's tipped wide in the final minute. Stone then couldn't bury one on a rush chance late. And the shot attempts through the first period were 21-12 by Florida, but they only got 5 shots that actually hit the net. So some shot blocking, some shot accuracy issues as well. And it's 1-1 after 1. Second period, early power play for the Panthers, and there's no Tkachuk. So without Tkachuk on the power play, and it's a power play that struggled throughout, well, that hurts it even more. Panthers couldn't set up early. Bennett has a shot that's blocked and cleared. Then there's a shorthanded chance for Stevenson. He fires it wide. Fans are getting restless at this point. Pretty loud and not happy audience here. Ekblad to Lundell near miss. Another kill. No shots on net during that one. Tkachuk returned after the power play ended. Barbashev then has a shot that's held. There's some pushing after that. There wasn't a lot of that tonight either. When Florida talked today about, taking their foot off the gas with the physical play, they weren't kidding. Shots are 2-0 Vegas at 4.5 minutes. Vegas then gets a power play. It was holding by Ekblad. And, both teams were the beneficiaries tonight of power plays on plays that throughout these playoffs haven't generally been called. I mean, during the regular season, sure. So this is that we want to call the rule book. It came into effect tonight. So early clear by Reinhardt. Marchessault then has a shot kicked aside. Stones was held. They cycle late. Roy has a shot that's saved. That's killed off. Vegas would press after it was done. Duclair then has a net drive that draws Florida a power play. Bennett has a shot that's blocked. They cycle. Vegas clears it. Reinhardt to Bennett near miss. It's cleared out. It's killed off. 2 shots on net for Florida during that power play. Verhaeghe then has a slot shot that deflects over the net. Easy for me to say. Eichel has a net drive that's blocked. McNabb has a screenshot that's saved. Carrier then has a chance that deflects out. There's a press by Vegas with 7.5 minutes left. Howden's denied from in close. Fans call one. Referee does not. The shots on net are 10-5 for Vegas with 6 minutes left. So really good road period for Vegas. Barkov then with a cross check. That's the 4th Vegas power play. 5:47 left in the period. They set up quickly. They cycle, and it's a tic-tac-toe play. And I thought this was too easy. You can't let those seam passes go through. It makes it way too easy for Vegas. So kind of a passive penalty kill bites them here. Marchessault on the power play from Eichel and Stone at 14:59. So Vegas with their first lead of the game. And they've had 9 comeback victories. They were looking for their 10th. If they do get a 10th, it will equal an all-time high in a playoffs for one team. So Barkov then has a rush chance. That's held. The crowd's pretty quiet at this point. Things get pushy on a hold by Bobrovsky. There's a near miss for Howden on a net drive, and then with 3:34 left, the Panthers get a power play. Reinhardt has a slot shot. That's held. Vegas clears on the next faceoff. Then Stone stole it away from Florida before they could set up after that. There's a near miss for Bennett. Montour has a shot that's blocked. The power play's killed off. Just the 1 shot for Florida during that power play. Stevenson's then denied on a turnover chance, and with 37.8 seconds left, Vegas gets what was their 5th power play of the game. So we're rolling over into the third period with the score now 2-1 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas couldn't get set up on that power play to start the third. Panthers block. They clear. They kill it off. 2 shots in total between the 2 periods here. Panthers then press after the kill. Reinhardt has a net drive that's defended. Reinhardt was all around all over the ice tonight. Doesn't end up getting anything out of it, but I thought he was very strong today in his play. Vegas's blocking game was excellent. They were at around 30 blocked shots already halfway through the second period. Like, it was ridiculous. They were blocking everything. Press by Vegas then at 3 minutes. Martinez has a point shot that deflects out. Eichel has a shot saved. The Panthers clear. Panthers then press at 5.5 minutes. Power play for Florida. This is their 5th of the game. They're 0 for 11 in the series. So again, people get mad about officials and they get mad about power plays when their penalty kill doesn't score and their penalty kill allows too many goals and their power play can't score. So they cycle. Raw steals it and rushes to the other end. Forsling then has a shot that's blocked. Bennett's was held. That power play is killed off as well. Eichel then has a rush chance. Carlson has a deflection. That's held. Panthers press at the half. We then get 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and it was going to be a Florida power play, but Gudas retaliates, and it becomes a 4-on-4 instead. Stevenson then fires one wide on a rush, and it was bend, don't break defense by Vegas at this point. Let him get the zone, let him set up, but don't let him get anything at the net. Tkachuk then has a rush chance that's defended. Montour exits. It looked like it was elbow, maybe shoulder, maybe wrist. He would come back. Then there's a post for Barbashev on what was a 2-on-1 off of a Florida turnover. They have to watch. They have to manage the puck there. So Mark Stahl has a shot that's blocked as the Panthers press. They would pull the goalie with 2.5 minutes left. They have a little bit of a cycle, and Tkachuk tips it. He tips it in. Verhaeghe and Ekblad with the assists at 17:47, and that brought the building back to life. Florida fans very excited, and rightfully so. The Panthers then look for the lead, but with 11.2 seconds left, Vegas gets what would be their 6th power play of the game. I'm going to go ahead and give full disclosure here. That shouldn't have been a call. Absolutely agree. I was fine with most of the rest of them, but that shouldn't have been a call. And I get the feeling maybe the official knew, but anyways. And as I saw online, if you're not sure who committed the penalty, maybe it's not a penalty. I cannot argue with that logic. So we're going to overtime. Marchessault fires one high, Vegas cycles. Then there's a shorthanded chance for Barkov. He misses high on that rush chance. Vegas sets up. Eric Stahl blocks. It's cleared out. The power play's killed off. 1 shot on net. And you could feel that brought energy into the building and into the legs of the Florida Panthers. Montour was on the ice too after that power play was done. So whatever bruising and banging up that's going on with Tkachuk and Montour tonight, they didn't let him take him out of the game for very long. Eichel then has a rush chance to miss is high. Marchessault has a shot that's held. And it still kind of felt like Vegas was probably going to win this. That's just, Vegas. Although Florida, coming into this one, 6-0 in overtime, Vegas 3-1. So Florida definitely has some luck and some good fortune and some pretty good play in overtime as well. Whitecloud then has a shot that's blocked and cleared, and Vegas had been pressing at this point, and then it's wired through a screen from the point. Verhaeghe from Bennett and Forsling at 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and that means we have a series. Vegas leads 2-1. It's a 3-2 overtime victory for Florida. Aren't these magnets fantastic? I got these from the NHL site, if anybody's curious. I was actually very glad they arrived before the Stanley Cup final was done. The ones I ordered last year, they didn't arrive until after the Stanley Cup had been awarded. How sad. All right, so 3 stars in this one are Verhaeghe, Bobrovsky, and Hill. I don't know why Adin Hill's got a star in this game, and I say that because, really, Vegas gave Florida so little in this game, and I really thought that Hill wasn't tested that much through the first 55 minutes. The shots on net, 6-5 Vegas in the first, 13-8 Vegas in the second, 9-6 Florida in the third. In the overtime, Vegas does outshoot them 2-1, but Florida shot the one that matters. Final shots 27-23 for Vegas. Power plays Vegas 2 for 6, Florida 0 for 5. So that's your game there. Vegas doesn't get anything 5-on-5. Both of their goals on the power play. If Florida can figure out this penalty kill and make it so that teams aren't going 2 for 6 against them, then the 6 won't matter, right? They went 0 for 5. They need to change that. Special teams, which normally at this time of year aren't that important. It feels like they are absolutely a reason why Vegas is up 2-1 in this series. Because 5-on-5, it's been relatively close. Hits, 18-14 for Vegas. 14 hits in a playoff game? That's like Buffalo level. Buffalo didn't hit very much this year. And it really showed that Florida, if they play the skill game and they do their best 5-on-5 to play that game, they can hold Vegas off the board. Again, 5-on-5, Vegas got nothing tonight. Hill saves 20 out of 23, so an .870 save percentage for him. And Bobrovsky saved 25 out of 27 for a .926 save percentage tonight. So nice bounce back game for Bobrovsky. If I was giving out 3 stars, I think if I had to give one to a member of Vegas, I would have given it to Marchessault. That's me personally. He had a goal and an assist tonight, and he was kind of all around it. I don't know that I would have given Bobrovsky a star either. I kind of would have leaned towards either Montour or Tkachuk. These guys were clearly hurt, and they kept playing. Tkachuk it was pretty obvious he was less than 100% after he came back from that hit off Kolasar, but, players have got to play. So we'll see what happens next game, but Game 4 on Saturday will not be the end of the series. So I think that's a good thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.